Hey guys, this is Bill from Korea RevGen. This is the first video in a series to help you out with your hotel revenue management. Today I want to go over a common mistake that a lot of revenue managers make and even some price optimizers make, and that is overpricing themselves or taking their rates too high just because they see some high occupancy out there. So I'm actually going to use a real hotel here to show you what I mean. And I want to take you through a systematic and analytical approach to verify your rate recommendations and implementations. So today, being 7/8 Wednesday, I want to take a look, for example, at next week, let's say the 14th through the 16th, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. As you can see, this hotel only has 77 rooms available due to a renovation. And if we look at the forecast here, or the unconstrained forecast, which is the forecast if there was an unlimited number of rooms, you can see that we are pretty much forecasting a near sellout or a definite sellout for these 3 days. So a lot of revenue managers and even some price optimizers will make the mistake and see the high occupancy and automatically adjust the rate up, or at least keep them high. So I'm going to show you a few things that you're going to want to make sure you're looking at and reviewing before you start jacking up your rates. So the first thing probably is the forecast to look at to kind of identify dates where you at least want to check out, are you priced correctly? So I'm looking at these 3 days and I'm seeing, hey, I might want to see if I have some rate opportunity here. So the next step, I'm going to take a look at a rate shop and just see what's going on in the market. So we're pretty much priced 149. The 127 is a 149 minus a 15% advance purchase. And the Thursday is at 119 or 101 after the advance purchase discount. So after taking a quick look at my comp set and kind of understanding what these hotels behavior just from revenue managing this property for a while, we're kind of priced right in the thick of things, pretty much right in line with the comp set. There's a couple of restrictions where they might be sold out or have some length of stay restrictions. But all in all, I mean, this price point looks pretty decent relative to my competitors. So the next thing I want to look at is my market mix and see what demand is actually driving my occupancy. So it's pretty clear to see my top market segment is my local negotiated rates. And you can see that's pretty much what's driving the demand here. We've got 27 Tuesday, 21 on Wednesday, 17 on Thursday. So that combined with the group, that's pretty much what's driving the demand. When I look at my bar-based bookings, which is my retail or my rack or my bar, or my OTAs or third parties that float off of bar, it's pretty minimal. I'm showing 3 here for my retail, and I'm showing a low ADR, probably indicating that these aren't even true retail. These are overrides at the front desk that a price optimizer would not be able to tell apart. So I also don't have any discounts here. I have very little promotion, which would float off a rack, just 1 booking. So I pretty much conclude right off the bat that this demand is not being driven from my rack. Therefore, at the very least, I'd want to maintain my rates and maybe even look at lowering them further. Okay, so I'm essentially in another place going to show you I've taken my retail, my third parties, and my discounts and other market segments that float off a bar, and I've created this kind of bar-based number. And this is very helpful in indicating where I might be able to raise rate and lower rate. So essentially I have my bar based on the books, and it's comparing it to what I typically have on the books for a certain number of days out. So for example, Tuesday is about 6 days out. I typically have 11 sold. I only have 8 on the books. So right there, those numbers are in the red. Another good indication I might be priced too high. Vice versa, Thursday on the other hand has 13. We typically only have 9 on the books. So maybe I have some rate opportunity on that Thursday. I also have the ability to test different thresholds of rates and see what I'm actually capturing. So for that, I'm using this rooms on the books above. And because I'm priced at 149, let's just check out my 140 price point to start. You can see right off the bat, I don't have any bookings at that price point. So let's see what would happen if I lower that threshold to 120. I've got 2 on Wednesday, and that's it. So the last thing I'm going to show you and bring up here is the ADR breakage, which is just the ADR divided by the rate of the day. And you can see these numbers are pretty low, in the 50s, 60s. This hotel and most hotels should probably be closer, at least the high 70s, or if not into the 80s. So in summary, by looking at my forecast, but also my market mix, what number or what percentage of that market mix is actually being derived from my bar, and my rooms above pickup, I can essentially conclude that even though I'm forecasting to sell out, I'm going to either hold rate or actually in this case, probably even drop further. So that's just one thing to think about when you're looking at your rates. Don't just look at your occupancy. Don't just look at your ADR, but really dig into the data and see what's driving that demand before you make any pricing decision. So I hope this helps, and I hope you stay tuned for future videos. Thanks.